everyone, Samantha Hugan back again with another video. I know it's been a while. I have been moving and shaking and going all around the United States to do talks about mental health and the Starless series and writing and being awesome and being tired and self-care, whatever. I'm back now and I have an amazing video for you. Okay, so on my travels, I met a lot of aspiring therapists, if you will. A lot of people interested in joining the mental health brigade, if you will, to change the discourse about mental illness, self-care, healthy relationships, and that makes me really, really excited. I'm really, really happy to see this happening because I know, as somebody who feels like they are the only one talking about this stuff, I know I'm not alone, so it really revs me up and gets me really excited. However, on my adventures, I met a lot of people who wanted to become therapists, and I spent a lot of time with these individuals talking about what that actually looks like, and I realized there's a lot of stereotypes out there, and I'm here to kind of debunk them for you. So first and foremost, when I meet somebody who's interested in being a therapist, I need to know why. We are those wounded warriors or wounded people who have experienced trauma ourselves that come to being a therapist or a social worker or what have you because we know what it's like to need help and assistance, and we want to be those people for other people, right? So I really need to know what is drawing you to this profession, because I think it really takes a particular person. The second thing I ask is if you find yourself just randomly in the grocery store, for example, and you are just trying to get that gallon of milk, those eggs, whatever, and all of a sudden people come up to you and they tell you stories about their life, and they tell you about what's going on in their everyday life, and you are literally standing in front of the egg section excuse me, trying to get your grocery shopping done, and you just look and you realize somebody is telling you their entire life story just out of nowhere. If you have that charisma, that energy, that draw people to you, you may want to think about being a therapist. You know, get paid for that advice, get paid for helping others. Sometimes it's cool to be helping your friends and your loved ones, but you know, when random strangers are coming up to you, it's a sign that this profession may be for you. Now, if you are like me, I found marriage and family therapy, because of my work as a women and gender studies scholar. So I looked at the world as systems. So meaning the community, family of origin, country, culture, all of that plays a vital role into who we are as people. And when I found marriage and family therapy and realized, hello, their idea of all of that works well with my previous studies, I knew I needed to be a therapist, because that is like the one thing for me as a therapist I know I needed to talk about, which was we are not lonely islands. And if you don't think people, humans, are lonely islands, then this profession may be for you. How do you know if it's not for you? Well, if you think therapy is just giving advice, this is not the realm for you, because I don't give advice to my clients. I might on occasion, but that is like when we have been working with each other for 6+ months. I know my clients so well, they know me so well, I know what they like and they don't like, what works for them and what doesn't work for them. And so advice doesn't play a role in therapy. It's growth, it's exploration, on the side of the client. I'm here as the vessel to help push forward, but I'm not here to make change. I'm here to witness change, to support, to love, to honor my clients, but I'm not telling them what to do. So if that's what you want, you might as well just get a blog and tell people what to do in that realm, or be something else in a different field, because this is not the best for us, okay? All right, another thing that you need to keep in mind if you want to be a therapist that might prove that you are not ready to be a therapist yet, okay? I want you to hear that from me, that you might not be ready to be a therapist yet. All right, so what does that look like? What that looks like, excuse me, I've got something in my throat. Let me get a drink real quick. Today is not tea, today is kombucha, which I guess is a type of tea, but I don't put those in the same realm. Anyway, so how do you know when it's not time? So if you are still being triggered, traumatized by whatever it is that you're still working through yourself, it's best to get your stuff, your shit, taken care of before you sit in front of a therapist. a client as a therapist, because one of the first things grad school at Mercer told me, and this is like from every single professor ever at Mercer, was that you should be seeing a therapist. You should be getting your poop in a group. You should be working on you to become the best version of you, whatever that means, whatever that looks like. A lot of people didn't listen. That's all right. They're not therapists, thank goodness. But some did, and the ones that did got to know, one, what it's like to be a client, and two, got their poop in a group, which is super, 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 super important, okay? I couldn't do my line of work without having a therapist guide me, so my stuff don't go and impact my clients' stuff. That has been the best gift I've not only given myself, but I've given my clients. I know that they're in good hands, because if something goes wrong in session, God forbid, I've got a supervisor that I can call still, even though he's not my supervisor, because I don't need a supervisor anymore, but he's still in my community. And I have a therapist that I can talk to about things that are troubling me. I think that is just super, super important. So if you want to be a therapist, man, you got to put in the work too. Not only will it help you empathize with your clients, but it'll just make sure your stuff doesn't get all over the stuff that you're dealing with. And some stuff, man, we deal with some trippy things on the daily. And if I hadn't gone through the work that I did with my therapist, man, I don't think I'd be here today. So let's look back on what we've talked about. If you have people coming up to you and they want to tell you their life story, you have that energy, you have that charisma, you might want to be a therapist. If you are really interested in changing the world and helping people and making the world a better place, you might be a therapist. If you're not ready, go do your own work. The profession will be waiting for you. We need more people like you, but you got to get that poop in a group first before you come into this realm. What else? What else do you think that people need to be aware of as they're joining this helping community? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have questions or concerns, or you're interested in being a therapist yourself, let me know in the DMs. I'd love to help you on your journey and to broaden the horizons, because let's be honest, this job is hard, but it is so fun and it is so worth it if you put in the time and the effort to get your education and to get your poop in the group. And I don't know how many times I can say that, but I'm going to say it a lot, because I think those are the two biggest cornerstones of a very successful therapist. All right, that's it. Follow if you want more videos like this. Let me know if you have questions in the DMs or the comment section. And I'll see you next time right here on my Instagram. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye.